What is up, guys? David here from Overland Nomad, and on this episode I'm going to be going over this Tundra that I just bought on Copart. Stay tuned. I just got this 2009 Tundra 4x4 Crew Max. It's got 180,000 miles. It's a salvage truck. I bought it on Copart. It was hit on the rear end and it had some damage on the roof. Other than that, it's mechanically under the hood, everything's great. No issues, no check engine light. The only light it has on is a airbag sensor. I ran the computer on it. No codes other than that. But let me talk to you guys about the whole experience I had first with Copart, and then I'll talk about the Tundra and what I'm gonna do with it. So if you guys follow me on Instagram or here on YouTube, you saw that video I did on the Land Cruiser on why you should buy a Land Cruiser before it's too late. It's talking about the FZJ80. Well, that day when I shot that video, I sold the Land Cruiser, so I had money and I wanted to get myself a Tundra. And I was actually looking for like a first-gen Tundra, but then a friend of mine was like, hey, you know, I got, you know, a dealer's license. I can get on Copart. You can get yourself a newer Tundra. You know, he's like, oh, it's gonna be salvage title. You know, probably. There's some clean title ones, but you know, there's some salvage ones. So I said, you know what, let's do it. Let me look. First, I found one out of Florida, and that one it wasn't really exactly what I was looking for. The color was kind of ugly, but it was a good deal. But I placed my bid and I didn't win it, so I went to bid on another Crew Max that was in Dallas, and that one I didn't win. Well, actually, sorry, I won, but that one wasn't a pure sale auction, meaning, you know, I won it for $10,300, and then the guy, I'm pretty sure it's the insurance company, was like, you know, no, we'll let it go for 15. You didn't meet the reserve. So I said, no, yeah, I'm not paying that much for that, no way. So then I come across this one out of Colorado Springs. I win it for $10,400, and that was a pure sale, meaning that it's yours. One thing I did know that I was gonna get myself into was the fees. So I mean, honestly, guys, I don't remember the exact numbers. If you watch other videos on YouTube, there's some people that will tell you exact numbers you're gonna get yourself into when buying on Copart. But I'm trying to remember. But just alone on extra fees that I had to pay was about, I would say, like $1,000 on top of this on extra fees, and that wasn't including shipping. Which the shipping was another fun story that happened. But anyways, I'm not gonna get too much into that. But shipping, you're looking at an extra. Well, it depends where you live, right? But I live in South Texas, and you can look around about $1,000 to get it shipped. You can't go to Copart and you can't just pick it up. They have to take it out of the lot using like a forklift, so you have to load it on a trailer to get out of there. So anyways, I win this vehicle, and I was pretty happy. The price, it wasn't a steal, guys. I mean, $10,300. This is a salvage title truck. I mean, it was hit on the rear. You know, you would think it'd be a little cheaper, but I am really happy with this truck. It's just exactly what I was looking for. I can't complain. Could I gotten something cheaper somewhere else? Maybe, but I had been looking around for different Tundras around Texas, and I couldn't find myself one at this price range. I just couldn't. I saw one nearby that sold really quick. This one has 180,000 miles. This one had like 220, 230 the same year, and he sold it for 10,000. He sold it real quick. It was really worn out, you know. It wasn't the color that I wanted. It was like a gold color, so I wasn't too excited about that one. But this one I really like, and I love the blue. I've always wanted a bright colored truck, so this one was perfect. So anyways, it had damage. It had damage on the side over here. It was crashed in. I had a guy that does really cheap work, and he did it. I mean, he did it for $500. Bondoed it out. Yeah, he pulled it out, put Bondo. The tailgate was also damaged. Bondo. The tailgate wouldn't even close before, so now it closes pretty well. There's definitely imperfections. I mean, you could see some imperfections on the work. But hey, 500 bucks, and not just that, he fixed the roof. The window on the Crew Max models, the window rolls up and down. This one won't even close because of the damage on the roof. He also fixed that. He painted the whole roof as well. All for 500 bucks, and you can't complain. You see that up there? $500, it's a good deal. You know, if I wanted something better, well, then I would have paid more. But 500 bucks is what I was looking for. So got that, and then I had to get me a new bumper, which I found one on Facebook for 80 bucks. So I picked up this bumper. But for now, I mean, it's perfectly how I want it. I'll go over the interior in a bit. So if you see the pictures, they had 20-inch rims. I need to actually get rid of those. So I went on Facebook Marketplace and I found these these Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax. These are let's see, $295, 65/18s. You could tell that these are the TRD Pro Tundra wheels. So if you know that Tundras, they have the 5-lug here. So I couldn't throw in, like, you know, Tacoma or 4Runner ones. I was actually looking for some stock Toyota rims, and this was like, I wasn't planning on finding some TRD Pros. So I was pretty happy because I needed new tires, first of all, and I did not want to keep those 20-inch wheels. That's just not my taste. So I was able to get these for $1,100. You can tell the tread is really well. The guy said because of COVID, he didn't drive this truck much. Really nice guy. Such good tires that I went to Discount Tire and they actually inspected the tires and they said, you know what, the tires are such good condition that we'll even sell you the warranty. You know, let's say you get a tire puncture wherever you get a puncture on the side wall, we'll cover it for free. So I even bought the warranty for them, so not bad. But this truck all around, for being a Copart truck, I think I got lucky. There is no structural damage. The frame doesn't seem to be bent. I've driven already 700 miles on it. I've driven on the expressway a bunch of times. I've already taken it camping to the beach, which is the footage you're seeing. It's just a great truck. If I have any problems with it, I guess I'll share it with you guys on later on. But other than that, right now it's been great. Under the hood, all I did, well, I didn't, my mechanic did, was told him to do just a tune-up on it. Spark plugs, spark plug wires, oil change. It did need a new radiator. It had some pinhole leaks on it, so we got that replaced. But other than that, under the hood, it's pretty well. It fires up, like, it just fires up quick. It idles great, has no issues whatsoever that I can find. Like I said, I've already put 700 miles on it. It drives great. I just drove it right now, took my family. Let me show you the interior. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. There'll be definitely more Tundra content happening on here. So anyways, one thing that the truck needed a lot of work was the interior. The interior was nasty, like full of dog hairs. I'll put the pictures up. The seats were all nasty. On top of that, the guy was a smoker, so it smelled really nasty in here. The smoke smell is almost gone. I don't think you could ever get rid of it, but mostly gone because I did replace the headliner. My buddy has an upholstery shop, so he gave me a new headliner on here. I need to go to the junkyard and find clips for the handles there. I lost them. I have the handles, but anyways, I do need to go to the junkyard to replace pieces on this door. This is the only door that needs some work. The other ones are actually good. You can see right here, guys. Someone shot through the inside. I would love to know the story. Right here, you can see the damage. So I've already had a few people ask me about that, so it's kind of a fun story there. It didn't have a stereo or speakers. They were ripped out of here, I guess, when the guy turned it into the insurance company, or I don't know. He had definitely a nice stereo system. Let's fire up the truck. I'll even show you guys a little stereo here, so I'm sure some of y'all are gonna want to know about this. I bought it on Amazon. The brand is Dual, and I love the stereo. Really nice, doubled in. Not hard to install. I installed it myself. It has Apple CarPlay. I have the wire here. Apple CarPlay on there, and I love that system. There's still things I need to replace, like this. I got an LED here, I haven't replaced that yet. I haven't replaced those. The door ones I haven't replaced. So there's still work in here, but let me show you guys the compartments. How many compartments this thing has. Let's turn off the truck. So one thing I love about this truck is that it has like a million compartments. So let me show you guys. Toyota did a really good job by putting all these little, you know, places to store things. You got a lot of storage over here for cups. So it seems that some Tundras have this feature where they have a 6th seat, and this is what it is. This one has a column shifter. Usually Tundras have a whole, you know, piece here with a shifter, like a car, you know, but this one has a 6th seat, which I love. So compartments. This one actually doesn't have, they should have made this a compartment. Cup holders, more areas. You got cup holders there. Let's put the seat up. So you got a whole seat here. You lift this up. Got another compartment there for your, you know, I don't know what what you could hide there. You could hide whatever. And then you have another one there. And then you press this button. And you got another compartment there. You got your glove box. And the rear, where there's not much. I do like me living here in South Texas where it's always hot and humid. Okay, my son eating his chips. It's nice to have air vents in the rear. That's like super important. I know it's very important for my wife. She's like, oh, that's perfect. So you get that here, and you get a plug. I have my fridge that I'm going to be reviewing in the next video. It's this little overland type of fridge that I usually have sitting there with my EcoFlow battery that I did a review on. But my friend Juan borrowed my EcoFlow, so I don't have it on here right now. But yeah, I love this truck. I love this feature that these pickups have nowadays, that you can have that cab, the bed light, you know, that really helped me out when I went camping recently. It was really nice. But I think that's it to cover on this truck. This is a work in progress. I think that's it on covering on the Tundra. I just want to give you guys a little update on it, because I know you guys saw that I sold the Land Cruiser. So what was gonna be my next vehicle? Well, it's the Tundra. And like I said, I was expecting to get like a 2004 Tundra, but I just put a little bit more money into it, and I got me this one, which was kind of a hit and miss because it's a salvage truck from Copart. But I think I lucked out. Fixed some minor problems that it had. Just wait for this plane and plas here. So yeah, I think I lucked out on the Tundra. It could have been worse. It could have been something wrong under the hood. On Copart, it does say, some of the listings will say that it runs and drives, like it'll say can be put in gear. But I mean, still, I mean, what is, you know, they don't tell you much. It just says it could be put in gear, but maybe the transmission has issues. But this one, luckily, did not have any. So would I ever buy on Copart again? Probably not, unless I was like on a live auction and I saw a car really cheap, especially like if it was locally, because I know there's a Copart here in McAllen, or there was one here in Texas. If it was really cheap, yeah, maybe I'd take it. But would I do this out of Colorado Springs, ship it and all that? No, I wouldn't do that again. You know, once I paid for it, you know, you just learn your lesson and don't do it again. But I'm thankful that the truck is actually a really good truck. I might have overpaid a little too much on it, in my opinion, for a salvage vehicle, but still a great truck. So I'm thankful for that. So the Tundra over here, I'm not gonna do much to it. Or everyone will say, you know, I'm not gonna do much to my truck, and then they end up lifting it and doing all that. This truck already has like a 2-inch like little lift. I'm just gonna keep it like that for a while until I do like a long travel suspension. That's kind of what I want to do, just like a mild long travel suspension, just because the main purpose for this truck, all I care is to take it on adventures. I don't want it to be like a rock crawler. I really don't. I'll probably take it to like Hidden Falls and have fun with it, but I'm not gonna be rock crawling out of this thing. Main purpose for this is I want to put my 4-wheel camper that I have right here. That's gonna be going on there only for trips. I'm not gonna have it there 24/7. If you guys know my 4-wheel camper, I used to have it on my pickup, on my red one. But this camper is what I want to mount on there when I go on trips. And if it's, we try to mount it on there and it's actually a little too narrow. So we're gonna be welding, let's see if you can see, some plates on this. This is all custom made that I had it done a few years ago. So we'll weld on that and it'll sit perfectly. So that's kind of like what I want to do with the Tundra. Other than that, I love the tires. The size of the tires is like 33s. The rims, it has a little bit of that famous Toyota lean to the driver's side, so I gotta fix that. So other than that, that's about it. I don't want to modify it too much. I just want it to be a comfortable vehicle. I don't want to lift it too much just because this thing already is terrible on gas. It's probably as worse or maybe a little worse than my Land Cruiser, which that says a lot. But with that, I mean, I still like this truck. It's a perfect truck, in my opinion, and it's Toyota reliability as well. So for now, this is gonna be my truck for a good while. So I think that's it. I think I covered most of it. If you guys have any comments or questions, if you have any Copart stories, if you have any advice for me with this Tundra, you have the same gen, like a 2nd gen Tundra like this. Is that a 2nd gen? I think it's a second gen. Yeah, I think so. Leave them down below. I got stickers right here as well, and stay tuned for more. And follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. We'll see you on the next one.